Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm just going to be doodling while talking about my top 5 anime, and it's all going to be spoiler free. So I'm going to be talking about why I love them and why I recommend them. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. So starting with my very favorite anime. I know this is a lot of people's favorite anime. A lot of people love it. It's hard to watch it and not love it, but it's Attack on Titan. It was the first anime I ever watched, and it was the anime that got me into anime, so, I love it a lot out of, sentimentality, I guess. And, Levi was my very first anime crush ever. I had a crush on him before I even started watching Attack on Titan, and I've seen it like 5 or 6 times already. At least the first season I've seen, like, probably 5 or 6 times. So, it's a story that I know and love, and it's been my favorite for a few years now. I can't remember how old I was when I first got into it. But if you're one of the few people that have not seen Attack on Titan, humanity lives within these walls to protect them from titans, which are these huge creatures that eat humans for pleasure. It follows the story of Eren, who swears to kill every last titan and joins the Survey Corps, which is a military branch that kills titans, explorers outside the walls and stuff like that. So there's a lot of action and mystery and drama. So, if you love action and badass fight scenes and stuff, then I can pretty much guarantee that you would like Attack on Titan. Like I said, it's very hard to dislike Attack on Titan. It's a gorgeous anime. The art is super pretty, and the animation, it only gets better and better throughout the seasons. And that says a lot, because the animation was good in the first season, and with each season it only gets better. The animation just helps take a dramatic scene, and it just makes it even more dramatic or badass, and, believe me, you're gonna love watching them, just fly around with their gear and stuff, and, swinging their swords at titans, and, believe me, it's mind-blowing. The soundtrack is amazing. All the openings are super good and catchy, and nothing quite sounds like Attack on Titan. The music definitely helped make dramatic scenes so much more powerful, and I definitely have a few of those songs, on my Spotify playlist. And I refuse to believe that there's a person out there that has not heard the very first Attack on Titan opening. Even non-anime fans, we've all heard that song. It's just a classic. The characters are really interesting and dynamic, and some of my favorite characters are from Attack on Titan. You can't just not like classic characters like Levi and Sasha and Armin. The plot was amazing. It's unlike anything that I've ever seen before, and the whole story was just really good from start to end. The only con I can think of is that the anime gradually feels less and less like Attack on Titan. Of course, this is just my personal opinion. I know there's plenty of people that don't feel this way, but this is how I felt, and I know it's how my sister felt as well, so it's probably others like me, so, just keep this in mind when you're getting into Attack on Titan, I guess. The art style changes in Season 3 to look more like the manga, and I'm sure manga readers got a huge kick out of that, but I really liked the first art style, and I don't read the manga, and I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the new art style. I think it's kind of ugly, to be honest. So it was a bit of a downgrade for me. But of course it's not a deal breaker. Even anime like Haikyuu or Haikyuu, they had art style changes as well. But the plot started to feel less like Attack on Titan. It started to feel more like Attack on Humans, if that makes any sense. So it doesn't feel like Attack on Titan anymore, in my opinion. Season 3 and Season 4 just doesn't quite feel like Attack on Titan. It just feels like a whole new anime, but with the same characters. But don't get me wrong, the plot is still amazing. I would still give it a 10 out of 10. It's still worth the watch, so just keep that in mind, I guess. Overall, I just love every aspect of this anime, and I give it a 10 out of 10. But I think what puts this anime slightly above the rest for me is, sentimentality. It was my first. The next anime that I want to talk about is Fate Zero. If we forget about sentimentality for a moment, then Fate Zero would be in first place for me. So Fate Zero is the anime that I believe is the absolute best, at least out of them that I've watched. Fate Zero is about a war for the Holy Grail, which has the ability to grant any wish. Kiritsugu faces against 6 opponents, all with their own ancient familiar and unique ideals and desires. So basically, it's a game for survival, and it's so good. There's a lot of action and drama and fantasy, so if you're into any of that, definitely give this anime a shot. Like, it's like, I almost want to say fantasy Hunger Games, but believe me, it's a lot better. And this is an absolutely gorgeous anime. I mean, it's some of the best animation that I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of anime, and I've seen a lot of anime with good animation, but Fate Zero is just a whole different level. Both Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night, I mean, it's you can't really compare to that. The fight scenes were some of the best scenes ever, hands down, so if you love action, if you love, like, fight scenes and stuff like that, definitely give this a shot. Fate Zero has some amazing characters. I mean, there's a lot of different characters, and they're also unique and interesting. And it really makes you care for all of them, which, you know, can also be kind of problematic when it's an anime about one person, or it's an anime where there will be one person left standing, you know? So, you really do grow to care for all these characters, really. And the con that I can think of for Fate Zero is that the first season is kind of slow, and it can be very difficult to get into. There's a lot of information and lore all at once, and it can be a lot to wrap your head around at first. So the first season is more of a build-up to the second season, which is where most of the action and drama goes down. But the first season is still enjoyable, and it's so worth getting through for the second season, believe me. But, you know, I can see how the first season can be a little difficult for people. I know I was at least very confused when I finished that first episode. And my third favorite is Haikyuu. Haikyuu is another classic that you can't just watch it and not love, you know? Everyone just loves Haikyuu. That's just like the golden rule of anime. It's pretty straightforward. It's a volleyball anime, but there's so much more to it, believe me. The main character, Hinata, is very small, which obviously sucks in a sport like volleyball where the tall people obviously have an advantage, but he's always dreamt of playing on a volleyball team. He ends up on the same team as his rival, Kageyama, and there's a lot of action and drama and comedy in this anime. I'm not doing it justice in this explanation, but trust me, Haikyuu is a lot better than it sounds. The games are animated and written really well, and it makes it really badass and action-filled, because believe me, I have absolutely no interest in sports. Like, I was very hesitant to start a sports anime, but believe me, it does not feel like you're watching a sports anime. It feels like action, you know? The writing for Haikyuu is just really good because it really made me feel a lot of emotions. It's really funny, and it made me laugh and smile a lot, but it also knows how to send shivers down my spine and set off the waterworks. I definitely cried a few times. The characters are definitely a huge strong point for this anime. We come across a lot of different teams, a lot of different characters, and we get to watch them interact and improve and develop and befriend each other, and it's just incredibly touching, believe me. Don't even get me started on Yamaguchi and Tsukushima's character development. So if characters and character development is really important for an anime, or in an anime for you, then you have to watch Haikyuu. Some of the best characters ever. Like, believe me, the characters are all really well written. The only negative thing that I have to say about this anime is that there is an art style change in season 4, and it's definitely a downgrade. I think everyone can agree with me. But it doesn't take away from the essence of Haikyuu like Attack on Titan did. So, I mean, you do get used to it pretty quick. Hinata and Suki just look like shit. In fourth place, we have Yona of the Dawn. This is my comfort anime, and if you've been around for a while, then you probably already know that by the amount of times I've made Yona of the Dawn fan art. I mean, Hawk and Yona are probably the characters that I've drawn the most in my life. Yona is a spoiled, naive, and protected princess. But all of that changes on her 16th birthday when her cousin kills her father, the king, and tries to kill her as well. Huck, Yona's bodyguard and childhood friend, manages to save her and escape the castle, and now Yona must learn how to survive. It's an adventure anime with a lot of action, comedy, fantasy, and romance. The first thing that I'd like to talk about is character and character development. Huck is my all-time favorite character ever. Like, I have a lot of favorite characters, but Huck is just a cut above the rest. So, you know, they did a very good job with him, but it's Yona that I'd like to talk about. Yona is such a well-written character with a lot of development, because in the beginning of the anime, she's this weak, spoiled little girl who knows nothing of her kingdom or her people. She's forced to get stronger and, to survive, and it really is a beautiful story. And the romance is done right in this anime. I've seriously never shipped anything so hard before in my life, like Yona and Haikyuu. Oh my god, that is the ultimate OTP. They just do something to my heart. But if you go into this anime expecting a full-on romance, then you're going to be a bit disappointed, because the main story here is Yona's development and her journey, learning about her kingdom and helping her people. The romance is kind of just a little bonus. So, yeah. The only con I can really think of is that there's no second season, so you're gonna have to read the manga if you really enjoy this. The anime is seriously nothing compared to the manga. So much more goes down in the manga. So much more action and battles and romance and everything that makes Yona the Dawn so good. So you're really missing out if you don't read the manga afterwards. And lastly, my 5th favorite anime is Link Click. This is probably one of the most underrated anime ever. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about it, and it's such a shame because it really is amazing. I mean, I just watched it not too long ago, and it blew my mind how no one's talking about this. Link Click is a story about these two characters who have the ability to enter photos. The one main character has the ability to see everything. He's sort of, the brains behind the operations, while the other main character jumps into the body of the person who took the photo at the time the photo was taken. So they take in clients who want help with anything from saying their last words to loved ones that passed away, to solving crimes. It's a drama, mystery, and supernatural anime with a lot of plot twists and a lot of excitement. The writing in this anime is seriously so incredibly good. The character that has the ability to jump into photos, he also gains the client's feelings and memories at the time, so you can imagine how emotional these episodes can be. I cried so much to this anime, and it just really knew how to pull all of these emotions out of me. It's a very beautiful and touching anime, but there's also a lot of action, and there's a lot of sitting on the edge of your seat while watching. This is seriously one of the most beautiful anime ever, and it's not even up for discussion. You can tell just how much effort they put into this anime, from the beautiful art, detailed and creative backgrounds, the amazing animation, to the opening. They really put 120% into this anime, and it shows. And it damn well deserves so much more appreciation. So if you have not seen Link Click, go watch it, okay? It's only 11 episodes. It'll take you no time to finish it, and you will thank me afterwards. Which brings me to the con, which is that it's a rather short anime. Like I just said, it only has 11 episodes. But I think the second season is confirmed, so we'll be getting more. And there's no manga or anything, so it's not like you can, read more afterwards. You're just gonna have to wait, and believe me, it hurts. It hurts. I want to read more, but there's nothing to read. There's nothing to see. I just gotta wait. It's also a Chinese anime, so it was definitely a little unnatural for me to hear Chinese instead of Japanese, but I mean, you get used to it pretty quick. I mean, within the first episode, you're already used to it. It's not that big of a problem. All in all, I believe Link Click is one of the best anime out there, so it fully deserves the 10 out of 10 rating I gave it, and I believe that everyone should watch this. It's just an anime that everyone who watches anime should watch. It's amazing. Trust me. So yeah, those are my top 5 anime. I've actually already taken notes for the next 5 favorite anime, so from places 5 to 10, and I was going to put that into this video, but I don't think I have enough footage to do that, and I'm also not quite finished with the notes or the script or whatever, so I'm going to need a little bit more time on that. So then I thought I could just make a series where I just keep talking about some anime that I recommend, or some anime that I love. So yeah, definitely expect more videos like this. And if you guys have any anime recommendations for me, please let me know. What is it that you guys love? Because I'm willing to try out anything, really. So if you enjoyed this video, then thanks, I guess. That was what I was going for. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.